One of the most common questions I get is how long does it typically take to transition into the space of analytics? It depends. There are a lot of data points that contribute to that answer. Like there's no clear answer. There are realistic patterns that I see with people that successfully transition into the space. Most professionals that are already working full time and they are upskilling part time, their transition typically takes a few months. Successful career transition into the space of data doesn't come from someone just going through a program or learning the tools. A successful transition is attributed to the fact that I have learned these tools, this is how I applied them, this is evidence of application, and this is how it impacts the business. So success typically comes from compounding factors such as an uptick in interviews or the ability to be able to speak the language or understanding how data applies to their organization or their roles. And that typically compounds over time. That's not something that is an overnight change. But what's beneficial is you don't have to wait years to start reaping the benefits of the things that you learn. Many students start applying their new skills in their current roles. For example, if you're heavily exposed to data or Excel, you start using those things that you learn within the program so that you have the ability to increase your confidence in an environment where you're already comfortable in. I also have some students that gain their interview traction. I have students that haven't been on interviews in a while that start getting interviews and they start, getting comfortable with putting themselves back out there. A part of progress is to also be intentional about where you're actually applying and how. Inside the program, we work together to identify your transferable skills and the type of analytics roles that you have I wouldn't say an easy way to enter, but it's a lower barrier to entry based on the work that you're already doing. Students who apply to roles consistently while they're learning their new technical skills naturally have a better transition rate. What structured guidance and technical training actually does is remove that guesswork. So you're not out here just blindly learning skills and blindly trying to figure out how it applies to your current role and then blindly trying to figure out which roles you need to apply to and et cetera, et cetera. And if you're out here trying to transition, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. I've spent over a decade working inside organizations where that offer boils down to essentially evidence of application. And I hone in on that part with my support.